Measures of credit control. Now remember, there are two measures of credit control. One is qualitative, second is quantitative. I'll explain you both of them, okay? But our main focus will be on qualitative measures, okay? So follow the video till the end because very important topic from BFM point of view. Okay, first yesterday's homework. What is OMO? I had asked you one question yesterday. What is OMO? Open market operations. It is, let's say, what was the option? Outright purchase or sale of government securities by the Reserve Bank, outright sale of government securities by Reserve Bank, outright purchase of government securities by Reserve Bank, and none of the above. So is it both purchase or sale, or only purchase? What is the option? Many of you have given the right answer, OMO. Okay, okay, now you can answer me. How many of you, if you have not answered yesterday, you can answer me now also, not an issue. So what is that? OMO, open market operations. Okay, shall I give you some details, some hint about it? Okay, it's like this. See this, OMO is a secondary market operation. Secondary. Okay, secondary market means what? I buy or sell. Okay, I told you the answer only, man. Yeah, buy or sell. A is the answer. Okay, purchase or sale of government securities, both of them are allowed in OMO. Okay, I'll give you some details about OMO. It's a secondary market operations, number one. So what do you mean by primary and what do you mean by secondary? In primary market, remember, I buy it directly from the issuer. Okay, means, let's say for example, Reliance. If Reliance has an IPO or fresh FPO, okay, or if some new company comes in the stock market, it issues the IPO. When I buy it from that company in IPO, that is called as primary market. Primary. Okay, and this is called as secondary market. When I buy it from someone else other than the company, it's called as secondary market. So OMO is totally secondary market based operations. RBI does buying and selling both of government securities in the market, okay, through OMO. Okay, so there is one more point. If I say this is secondary market and this is both buying and selling, then which is only selling or only buying? So there is one operation called as MSS, Market Stabilization Scheme. MSS, Market Stabilization Scheme. In that scheme, RBI only sells the government securities. That is for market stabilization, and that is only in specific conditions, not every time. Okay. Okay, let's start today's topic. See this. In fact, what is today's topic? This is also today's topic only, because buying, selling securities is a part of this credit control. Okay, so it's already started. So credit control is of two types, remember. Measures, quantitative, qualitative. So what is our focus today? Qualitative, right? What do you mean by qualitative? Qualitative means which cannot be measured in numbers. Quantitative means which can be measured in numbers. For example, CRR. You can definitely tell that CRR is this much percent, SLR is this much percent, bank rate is this much percent, right? Repo is this much percent, reverse repo is XYZ percent, okay? MSF is this much percent, right? So these are all the quantitative measures which can be measured in numbers, okay? But what about this? This can't be measured in numbers. So what are these? Credit rationing. Rationing means what? I'll suppose if what is rationing basically? What do you mean? What is rationing? Has anyone gone through that ration card, yellow, blue, all those ration cards, and got some sugar, got some wheat somewhere? Nowadays we don't go for that, right? Because we all are in the higher income group, so we don't have those cards, right? So the point over here is, rationing means what? Rationing means we go, suppose if government has, or let's say speak about RBI only. If RBI says you have to give funds to the loan, as a loan to various sectors, So you have to give maximum this much percent of loan to this sector, that much percent of loan to that sector. Okay, so that's meant by credit rationing. Consumer credit control. This means what? Consumer credit control. See here, there are 5 measures. I'll be and the questions are also based on those only. Okay, I'll be discussing each one. Okay, consumer credit control. It means what? Consumer credit control means here we are controlling the way human being spends, common person spends. When you solve the question, you'll understand this better. Margin requirements. What are the margin requirements for the banks? Okay, what margins are to be kept before lending something. Moral suasion, which sectors are not to be given the loans. And direct action means those banks which do not follow the instructions, then RBI does a direct action on them. Okay, so before going ahead, download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app you will be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, tests, everything. Whatever we need for clearing CAIIB, you will be getting it over here. Okay, let's go to the questions one by one. Rationing of credit is a method by which central government seeks to. So see our first topic was rationing. See this over here, rationing. Now you'll see the questions in the serial manner. Rationing, credit control, margin, suasion and direct action. Okay. So rationing of credit is a method by which central bank seeks to limit the maximum amount of loans and advances, fix a ceiling to specific categories of loans and advances, distributing money on ration cards and only A and B. So what is the point? What is the answer? Is this only A and B, or is this also? Distributing money on ration cards. Has the RBI started distributing money on ration cards? If this is done, what will be the value of that rupee? Right? What will be the value of currency? If RBI starts distributing money on ration cards, we will be Zimbabwe. Right? Zimbabwe has the, do you know, the currency of Zimbabwe is sold in open markets. Like we have those melas, right? When you visit the village areas, you all have gone to the village areas. In those village areas, we have small melas, weekly bazaars, right? There you have everything selling, right from that vegetables to anything, everything. In Zimbabwe, in these weekly bazaars, they have currency notes which are to be sold. Like that, they put a thela over there, a small shop over there, and they sell the currency notes. Nobody is buying it. So if RBI starts distributing money on the ration card, will be similar to that of the Zimbabwe, right? So that is out. So the correct answer is D. Okay. Limit the maximum amount of loans and advances. Maximum means how much loan you can give as a bank, and then specific sector for ceiling of by fixed ceiling for specific sectors of loans and advances. So which sector is to be given how much loans, that is fixed by RBI under rationing of credit. Okay. Consumer credit control is a monetary tool used by the Reserve Bank of India to means, see our second point now, consumer credit control. Okay. So what is consumer credit control? What do you mean by that? Okay. Okay. Just see the options first. Read the options. How many of you can understand from this? How many of you can give me the answer now over here? Let us see. Okay. Just read the answer options. Shall I read them? Okay. One sec. Option A is control the demand and supply of money or liquidity in the economy. Option B, control the demand and supply of money in the economy but not liquidity in the economy. Control liquidity in the economy but not demand and supply of money, and something related to credit cards. So credit means, okay, credit means credit. Okay, it's that's why it is matched. So this is out. Okay, this is not related to credit cards. So what do you mean by consumer credit control? Okay, see here, remember, demand and supply of money is to be matched in fact controlled, and liquidity is to be looked into. Why does RBI focus so much on liquidity? Because I'll tell you important part. If there is liquidity rises, Okay, what happens, do you know? There is one plus point, one minus point. Plus point is GDP rises. Okay, GDP also rises along with liquidity. But the minus point is, the problem over here is this inflation rises. Now if inflation rises, people, all of them just go against the government, and in fact it's a natural tendency. If your gas cylinder goes up heavily, definitely you will cry against the government, right? So controlling the liquidity is very important part. GDP needs to be controlled, means both of these, a balance has to be sought between the two, and that's what the job of RBI is. Okay, so control the demand and supply of money or liquidity in the economy, both of them. Okay, so A is the answer. As per margin requirement guidelines, now see here, third point, margin requirement. Okay, so what is margin requirement basically? Let's see. All standardized OTC derivatives should be traded on exchanges or electronic platforms where appropriate. Okay, all standardized OTC derivatives should be cleared through central counterparties. Okay, non-centrally cleared derivatives should be subjected to higher capital requirements, and all these derivatives should attract margin requirements. And D is all of the above. Now think logically. Many of you might not be knowing this answer, right? But you can definitely think logically what can be the answer. From the options itself you will be able to know what can be the answer. Yeah, what do you say? What can be the answer for this? Everyone? Yeah, correct. Many of you are typing correctly now. Yeah, it is. Think. I want the answer from everyone. Okay, think. Everyone think. Everyone should answer this, because what happens is, the paper is just now after 2 months only, isn't it? So you have to solve the paper, not me, isn't it? So basically remember, RBI is focusing mainly on means it is trying to reduce OTC derivatives. What is OTC? OTC means over the counter. Have I written it somewhere? No. Over the counter. Now what is over the counter? Understand this. Over the counter means what? Suppose if some customer comes to you for loan, okay? In that loan, what do we do? If that customer is a good customer, has good track record, has earlier taken some loans and repaid it regularly, and the regular rate of interest for all the customers is 11%. Let's say, I'm giving an example. Normal customers, other customers it's 11. So what will you do? If you want this good customer, you'll reduce this rate of interest from 11 to 10.5. You'll give him a 10.5% margin. Why? Because he is a good customer, you know the track record, you can definitely give a lenience to somebody, right? It's like that shopkeeper selling in cash and shopkeeper selling in credit, on credit, right? So if somebody is a good customer, you'll reduce the rate of interest, and that is known as OTC. OTC means you have the leverage of reducing the rate of interest as per the customers. Some customer is a bad customer, you know, but you have to give the loan. So what will you do? If other customers are having 11, you will charge that customer 11.5. So that is called as OTC. Now this is about loan I am talking, but about the bonds also same thing happens. Many of the banks buy and sell the bonds with each other without any system. SBI, I'm just giving an example. Let's not give the name. Let's say Bank A wants some bonds, okay, from Bank B. So it will just call Bank B. Bank B will send the bonds, and through electronic exchange, of course, and this Bank A will send the money. There is no exchange involved in between. So RBI wants to reduce this OTC this business. It wants someone to come in between. See here, what is this? What does RBI want? I'll tell you. If this is Bank A, this is Bank B. So if Bank A wants the bonds and Bank B wants money, so they want CCIL in between, clearing corporation of India in between. So all the bonds which are sold should go through CCIL to B. Okay. Similarly, money from B should go to A through CCIL. So again, it is like that NSE BSE. This is the pool of bonds. Okay. So what happens in this? The settlement risk is reduced in this case. Okay. So enough of this now. Huge information on this. Okay. So what is the answer to this? The answer is D. Okay. All the standardized OTC derivatives should be traded on exchanges. This exchange, CCIL. Okay. Or electronic platforms where appropriate. All standardized OTC derivatives should be cleared through central counterparties, means CCP. And those which are bypassing these, means somebody is bypassing this CCIL. Okay. Those which are bypassing this should be subject to higher capital requirement. So if you don't deal with CCIL, then higher capital requirement. Why? Because settlement risk. So that's why D is the answer. Now before going ahead, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting latest updates on JIB, CIB and all the other banking exams. Number 2, you will be getting free YouTube series on all the subjects of JIB and CIB. All. Okay. So subscribe to it, click on the bell icon, immediately do it. Okay. Now what is moral suasion? Moral suasion refers to type of influencing procedure which is applied by central banks. Okay. To keep the pressure on the commercial banks in order to abide the monetary policies that are established. It is carried out by transferring speeches, seminars and meetings and all of the above. What do you say, guys? Type of influencing procedure. Influence. RBI tries to influence the banks. Okay. Means through seminars. Here, always remember, moral suasion is never a written document, immediate written document. It is always through seminars and speeches. Always. RBI takes various seminars of various bankers and then there it tries to influence the bankers by stating that don't give or try to avoid loans to this sector as this sector is going down. Give maximum loans to this sector because this sector is growing up. So this way RBI tries to influence it, and basically it is right also because it's a dynamic world now. Someday some sector will be down, someday some sector will go up. So RBI has to focus on it and bring regular seminars of the bankers. That's what is done to keep the pressure on the commercial banks in order to abide by the monetary policy. That is also true. So the answer is D, all of the above. Okay, this is the right answer. What is direct action by RBI? Enforce both qualitative and quantitative credit controls. Directions issued by central banks to commercial banks regarding their lending and investment policies. Adopted when some commercial banks do not cooperate with the central bank in controlling the credit, and all of the above. So, what is it? It is all of the above. Again, why? Because enforce. Direct action means enforce. RBI will first tell you lightly as a banker, but if you don't follow, enforce. Directions issued. Directions means again enforcement. What do you mean by directions? Directions means I direct you to do this, means you have to do this. And adopted when some commercial banks do not cooperate. Obviously, when somebody is not cooperating, then A and B needs to be followed. So that's why the answer is D. Okay. Now one for your homework. Which among the following institutions have to maintain CRR? Which among them have to maintain CRR? Scheduled commercial banks, NBFCs, urban cooperative banks, state and central cooperative banks. Select the right answer. A, B and C, A, C and D. Only A and C, and all are correct. So which of them have to maintain this CRR? Okay. Think. Okay. Tomorrow I'll answer. Okay. Now let me come to the batch. See this. This batch has already started from March 27th. Foundation course was going on right. So from Monday, means today, we'll be starting with the main course, the paid classes. So join them today. You have not lost anything up till now. Today 7 PM ABM is starting. So join it ASAP. 80% discount is going on. All the 4 subjects are covered. Okay. So double validity on Mahapacks. Use the code Y432. How to use it? Let me show you. Go to Adda 24/7. In fact, if you are having the app, I would suggest go on the app. Okay. Yeah. Hold on. See this. You are on Adda 24/7 now. Click on JIB and CIB over here. Okay. JIB and CIB. Okay. Then click on CIB 23. You'll see the batches, all the batches. Click on the first batch, English batch. Okay. You'll see the details. See the details. Means what are the dates, what are the timings, what are the study plans, everything. Okay. Then look at the fees. Click on more offers. Then put the code Y432. Click on apply. Look at this, 80% off you're getting. Mean 23,999 reduces to 4,799. Such a huge discount you're getting. Okay. So go for it right now. Also, you can go for Mahapacks, I would suggest. In Mahapacks, what happens? You are getting double validity. Double validity in the sense, look at this. JIB, CIB, Mahapack. Click on CIB ka Mahapack. Look at this. Okay. Click on CIB ka Mahapack. Okay. Now look at this. That in details, you'll see 15 plus batches for all the 4 subjects. 15 plus full length mock test. 15 plus topic wise ebooks. So everything you are getting it over here. Okay. Look at the fees again. Click on more offers. Put the code Y432. Click on apply. Again look at the fees. 6,999 means 34,999 reduces to 6,999, 80% off, and look at the validity, double validity. So go for it right now. Okay. Because remember, this offer won't last long. Okay. And exams are just 2 months away now. All the 4 subjects are covered. And such offers don't come again and again. Okay, so I'll stop over here now. Tomorrow I'll be back with another session. Till then,